Jamaica. There's just something about this country in terms of sporting talent. A Jamaican will be introduced to a brand new sport today, and in a couple of years, they can become a world beater.
What's up, y'all? Nia Gibson here from FloTrack. Very different setting from usual. We are still in Jamaica after Grand Slam. We're here at GC Foster. I'm here with Chester McCarthy, the Director of Athletics here. Before we get into the nitty-gritty of this school, I just want to know, from your perspective, what makes GC Foster so special?
We're actually the only sporting college of its kind in the Western Hemisphere, Caribbean.
So for those who don't know, could you explain what is a sports college of its kind?
So we are strictly dedicated to training sports special. Our programs are all related to the sporting disciplines. So we train track coaches, we train coaches for football, coaches for hockey, all of that. So people come here to specialize in a sporting discipline. So you may have been told about Cool Runnings. You might know the movie. So bobsled, Cool Runnings, it all started here at the GC Foster in terms of training. That white wall represents where that original ramp was. But that's now a monument in the Jamaican history.
This is where the Jamaican bobsled team started?
Right here.
Wow.
Right here.
So right now, he's teaching her.
Right, he's instructing her in terms of how to start so she doesn't knock herself in the...
Oh, okay.
Right. And that's a sure way, instead of the lecturer doing that kind of instruction, the students who know a little more. So that's how they also get a part, build their confidence and training base. There's very little that you can speak of in terms of funding directly to the schools, because our government doesn't have the money. I certainly believe that we could do better as a country, but that's for another story. The schools themselves will make their investment. They will use things like their tuck shops.
Oh, okay.
And whatever they sell, whatever profit they make, they will say, okay, we're going to use some of this money to assist with developing a sport program. What you will find happening is that over time, each school will develop their niche and will decide, okay, we are now a football school. And so football will be their mainstay. That's a picture of our founder, and the college is actually a gift from the Cuban government to the government of Jamaica. There are not many facilities like this in Jamaica because they are expensive to maintain.
Yes.
There are probably only 3 gym floors like this in the country. So we have a dance studio here because we teach dance as a part of our physical education program. So just to catch a glimpse of different things.
Is that like a gymnastics?
Right.
Okay.
Right. Gymnastics may come back at some time, but because of funding, each year we have to make a decision as to what sport we can focus on. Certainly track and field is going to be there.
Yeah.
Track and field currently is the only program that we have that is sponsored by an international shoe company, which is Adidas. We're very, very grateful to them for that help. Inside here, well, actually 2. Championship of America, and it does state what it is for and when we won it. And another one here.
You guys will be at Penn Relays this year,
that's the plan.
That's the plan.
We are trying to put together the funding and get all the visas required. It's a challenge, but we're working on it. Yeah.
If you guys are able to be there, what is the expectation?
We have a very good chance at winning the 4x100 meters once we get all the right athletes there out of our current camp. Our female contingent to the Penn Relays is not expected to be large. We're just going to bring a few female, maybe 2 or 3. The plan is to do sufficient recruiting to rebuild our female program so that we can have a full-blown decent enough female team to compete. All right, so how it works. So those student athletes who are training to become coaches, training to become massage therapists, those are the athletes. Right.
Yeah.
When you get to the Penn Relays, a lot will change because the dynamics are different. You're talking about the coal, whatever it is. So something is there that's going to change how you react on the day. Sometimes it is something as simple as you're bringing in brand new athletes who have never been to Penn Stadium, and that thin air, they just don't breathe it well, and so it's a lot of dynamics.
Do you really feel that Jamaican presence whenever you're at Penn Relays?
Well, to be honest, like more than 100% for sure. Just going out on the track and hear the crowd, for sure. We don't know them, but
they know you.
Yeah.
They know you. When you go to Penn, what are you looking forward to the most?
The crowd, the excitement there, and also come back with victorious sport.
A big plaque.
Yeah.
So, like, from your vantage point, what do you think this says about the athletes here with the lack of resources, but them to still perform at the level that they do?
Well, I can tell you, when I was in the high school system and I would go out to recruit young track and field athletes to come to my high school, one of the things we would notice is that based on the terrain that some of these students have to cover in any given day, it's natural training for them. So when you put them in a formalized training system, they just search. People used to come to Jamaica and say, oh, we want to find out if it's a yam that makes a Usain Bolt good, right? And first we're looking at the science and all of that. It's a little bit of everything, I would say.